All right, and we're live with half of the Gage Joseph band plus Nick Ebert.
Well,
So we met Gage from a couple episodes ago. We had a really good interview with him. Then we brought in my buddy Wyatt from the band. He is the third stringer of the band on banjo, violin, and acoustic. And we brought in Nick Ebert because I had some things I wanted to clear up with him. And also he has a new single, and you have a family band.
Yeah.
Nick Ebert variety show.
It's the
Ebert Brothers variety show. If you want to tell us a little bit about that to get started off.
Yeah, it's the Ebert Brothers variety show down in Martinsville. They have been doing it now for 55 years. If you count COVID, it actually is 57. But Uncle Ray was kind of cut those years out, and we've been doing it 55 years. Starting back up in the fall. This guy over here plays fiddle, and then I'm mostly 2 songs is what I get, but a few times I've gotten like 3 or 4 songs I've sang. So it's a lot of fun. We got a good crowd every time down there. New Martinsville's pretty live, even though it's a lot of old people. Wyatt knows.
Yeah.
Wyatt's been doing it now since. Well, how old were you?
I was 14 the first time I was on the show.
That's what I thought. Okay, then Gage played down there too, right?
yeah. Well, I was 14.
That was one of
Yeah,
the
that was
first shows, wasn't it?
Yeah, we probably played together without even knowing.
Well, you were the band I was with. I'm not sure if you opened up, or I think you might have been the last show.
I
You
don't
might have
even
been
know.
the last.
I don't even know. It was before I even knew how to play guitar. I had tracks.
Right.
going,
We
but
We didn't meet, but I knew you was on the show.
Yeah.
I think you pulled up in a limousine. And
I did. I pulled up.
I was like,
it was what was it? It was my 14th birthday party, and well, no, it was St. Patrick's Day, I think, wasn't it?
I think.
And we were like, hey, let's get this white limousine or something.
I was like,
Put
wow,
up
this guy's
limousine.
white doves and everything's going to start flying out of here.
Yeah, we were
must be the real deal.
Me and my 14-year-old girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
we were sitting in the crowd, and like so there's like a lobby-way at the Lincoln Theater, and my dad like opens the door because my uncle Mike he smoked cigarettes, so like he went out and smoked a cigarette. He goes, "Hey Alan, come out here, look at this limousine." And here come Gage walking out of it, and I was like, I think this is the kid that's playing. I think he's after like one of the special guests or whatever. And we were getting a kick out of it though. We're like, man, must be nice to be rolling in style here.
Yeah.
He's gonna look on stage and see it's just old guys dressed in their jeans and flannels and stuff. And
Meanwhile, it was a 1985 limousine. That thing was down the road.
Didn't have Doug's bus at the time.
No, we didn't. We didn't have that. We weren't that lucky.
Is your guys' show at the same venue every year? Or do you
Yeah.
switch it up? Okay.
well, we'll do Relay for Life, which is usually I'd say it's June because this year was in June. We have done the Lincoln probably now since 1968. They've actually been together longer than 55 years. When my Uncle Norbert was alive, they started playing, I'd say it was like the late 50s. And they have been, they've toured to state parks. They're in the Wetzel County Hall of Fame. They've met a lot of crazy like people that I've over the years have heard stories about. Like, I'm pretty sure they met Alan Jackson. They've met Johnny Cash. Like, and then they've ran the music down at Town and Country Days before my uncle, before he passed away. And then I think they sold it to a company down that came down and like they arranged the acts to do the shows after all the events and stuff. But they've done a lot of stuff that it's pretty cool. And like when I was a kid, I used to just sit in the crowd. Like my brother was he's got autism, and but he could never sit still. Like this is actually the first time he's actually sat still at a show. But like when he was younger, man, he would run around. He was bad. I would actually be sitting there, and my eyes were just focused on everything they would do. And that's when I knew I wanted to be in music, was because of them, because they've definitely been a part of my life my life journey to music, and I appreciate everything they've done for me so far too.
And for how long have you been parading around as the Marshall County Commissioner?
Oh man! So this is a
Because-
question.
For the first year I've been playing for the Gage Joseph band, halfway through each of our set, Gage would call out, "Now here on stage is the Marshall County Commissioner, Nick Ebert." I always thought like, well, he must be pretty popular. Like he got a lot of his friends to vote for him, or he did something like crazy to get this position. Then find out like, no. I think you told me after the show, he's not actually the commissioner.
Yeah, that was self-proclaimed.
So I don't know where I was, but somebody was like, "You could definitely run a county or run a country or something like that." Because man, like when I was younger, people don't realize they think I'm wild now. I actually have doubled down on my wildness. Like I used to be crazy, and I like the stories I've heard about myself. Man, I don't know how the hell I'm still alive, and I'm 29. So like I've pretty much lived like 8 lifetimes so far. But
Like a cat, you got 9 lives.
Yeah.
You only got 1 life.
yeah. So and it's like it's cool because people were like coming around and saying, if you actually ran, I would vote for you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting your name in this
I'm
year.
like, why would you vote for me? I have no idea what to do with politics. Like,
Right, we'll all write in your name this year.
yeah,
I'm definitely.
no, I'm not. I'm not kidding you guys. My stepdad, he's an attorney in Moundsville. Shout out Eric Gordon, Barry Kessler, Crutchfield, Taylor, and Gordon. I think he said that there was like write-ins for the commissioner and like write-ins for other stuff. And it was either him or somebody. I couldn't remember. Somebody told me this, and I started laughing. I was like, somebody definitely wrote me in for this. Like I know for a fact somebody was writing me in for this. So and I think I seen it on the news too. So like it was pretty funny. But yeah, I've been parading around with that for a while, and it's fun. It's funny. Your dad,
He plays it a lot.
yeah, he does. He does.
We'll be at the gym, and sometimes Nick and I will be there together, and I'll see him walking in. He'll have this. It says "I love beer" cut off. And he's wearing these flannel pajama pants. I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Marshall County Commissioner, Nick Ebert."
I mean, you would come on stage with your cowboy hat and waving in a commissioner wave. I thought this.
Yeah.
I mean,
I definitely.
We just hook you up in a buggy. Wyatt can start pulling it, and you can sit there like.
I can't wait till we're at a show and the actual county commissioner is there, and we're like, "Wait, this guy's not."
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you're not the commissioner.
Yeah.
Ebert is. Ebert. Yeah.
every time I got on stage, I'm like, well, this is Marshall County.
Oh.
Like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It's a great show last night, guys.
It was.
It was a great
Well,
show.
fun.
Speaking
Allie
of
did a
Marshall
great job.
County,
Allie did a great job. She has a great voice, great band behind her. I sat there and talked to her guitar player for the longest time, and he has a super long last name, which I can't.
I talked to him for a while too.
You
Yeah,
got a killer 335.
I went up to him. I'm like, it's nice to see a guitar player who's not using a modeler because I thought like I was the only one left.
Yeah. Yeah, I use that iridium now. No, I honestly,
Yeah.
I wanna get back to using the orange amp. I hate not being able to play with stuff before show. You don't know what it's gonna sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gets all tangled up. So
Did she sing any Garth songs?
I think so.
But no, did we?
We sang Call 'em Baton Rouge at the end.
Oh, okay. The usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, I
want
forgot. I was trying to think of the set list, and I didn't even think about the very last song we do.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy? I was telling Wyatt this. Calling Baton Rouge is actually like an old bluegrass song.
Is it?
And the Oak Ridge Boys actually recorded it in like the late 70s, early 80s. Their version is not very good. I listened to it. I was like, yeah, Garth definitely, like there's a reason why it was a big hit when Garth did it. But yeah, that's what I was wondering if she was going to maybe do any of his stuff or even Trisha Yearwood, you know.
No, I don't think she did. Well, we were talking about it after the show, and she said, "You did a great job." There's only one critique. He said, "You didn't yell Louisiana when you sang that song." I was like, "I know I didn't." She's like, "It's got to be I spent last night on the arms of the girl in Louisiana," you know.
Yeah.
How Garth does it live, and she says every time she hears that song and the person doesn't do it, it just don't feel right. Which I kind of agree with that now that I hear that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to think we was in Marshall
we was
County,
in West Virginia.
Yeah.
I could have yelled West Virginia, which I do that every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the state got to end in the A. I can't yell Ohio
All right.
cricket.
So, new single.
Yes.
I gave it a listen to. If you want to tell the people about that. So, first ever time recording music, putting out something.
No, so you guys are gonna laugh at this.
I know where he's going.
I used to be a rapper. I used to rap, and it was actually really, really bad. So I used to release mixtapes for fun, and this was all for fun. It was like I was like, I know I'm not gonna. I literally grew up in the hills of West Virginia. I'm not gonna be a rapper. You know what I mean? Well, it got to the point where everybody was like really, really critiquing about it. So I stopped. You know, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing music. Whatever. It was fun for a while, but Goodbye Time is my first song I ever did country, and it was actually a pretty cool experience. I mean, I come upstairs to John's studio. He had like a studio like in the very top floor of his house, and I recorded in his laundry room. And it was actually pretty cool. Like he said, all right, shut the 2 doors here, and if is the mic set up good? And I was like, yeah, everything's fine, everything's perfect. And when I came out of the laundry room, I was like, wow, like that sounds really good, and I can see why he did it. Like actually, I've heard people say that they sing in the shower sometimes, and
I do that all the time.
yeah, I mean everybody does that, but like. Clay Walker used to make like TikToks of him sitting in a guitar with his guitar and singing in his shower. And he'd record his TikToks like that. I guess there's something that makes the sound. But yeah, that was my first time, and like people keep asking me, they're like, why did you record a slow song as like your first song you're gonna release? I was like, it's one of my favorite songs. I said I wanted to throw people off just a little bit, and show that I was going to start doing country, because everybody thought it was going to be a rap song.
Oh, really?
Everybody even said, "Oh no, he's back. He's doing a rap song."
How many raps have you put out?
Oh man, there was a lot. I deleted all of them. But there was a lot.
You need to undelete them.
There was one. Okay, I will say this. There was one that I did with my buddy's roommate in college, and I jumped in the booth, and I mean, I went off on this verse, and he went off on his verse, and I was like, this actually was pretty good. Everything else I did was terrible. I mean, it was so bad that like I get embarrassed to listen to it, because I still got some in my emails, but like
he still has them.
I still got them. Don't worry, but no, I'm not going to ever unleash those again.
So if we bring you up on stage at a show, can we have that as your walk-up song?
Yes. The one that was really good, we can have that as a walk-up song.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect for you.
Because that beat on it, it was I don't know if you ever heard of You Mad by Vic Mensa and Kanye.
I don't think so.
It was that instrumental that we freestyled over, and then we freestyled the verses, and then I wrote the chorus to it. And my buddy's roommate was like, "This actually could be a good song," and I was like, "Yeah." That's what happens when you drink 30 beers and go into the studio. Because we were we were down in Morgantown, so we were drinking all day and just having some fun. And we went into the studio after. I think it was after we were tailgating for a game, and like Nico said, come in after the game. It was like 5, 6 o'clock. I went to a football game, then went to the recording studio. Like it was pretty fun. But yeah, I don't think I could ever see myself going back into hip hop. So
did you have a pseudonym? Did you have an alias?
I think I went by my first. Yeah, I went by Nick Allen. That was my that was my rap name. But now I'm going by my actual name for when I'm going to release music from now on, because just with my uncles, the Ebert brothers, and it's just like this could be something cool to try to keep the name going if I'm actually going to do this now. So, it was fun though. It was a good experience. I never would have imagined doing it again, and being 29 years old now, like I feel like it's kind of too late, because Gage being as young as he is, and
too late.
When didn't Chris Stapleton hit it big?
He's in his 40s, 50s now.
He's old. Like now he's hitting like probably 50, but it had to have been like extremely late 30s or early 40s before he put out.
George Strait wasn't real big until his 30s.
Yeah, he was
same with Cody Johnson. He's in his 30s. So
Yeah, I looked up. So George Strait was 29 when he released Unwound. And then I think Garth was 27, 28. And then Brad Paisley was actually 27 or 28 when
music is really weird. It takes a lot of time.
it does.
A
It
lot of
does.
time.
And
'Cause,
it,
I mean, you're still gonna grow, create a different sound that you like. It's a bunch of different stuff.
yeah, I mean, it's to me like now the covers are going to be fun, but I know like I want to start writing my own music.
Yeah.
Which I know how to write. That's the thing. I know how to write lyrics real well. It's just I could never put together the instrumentation. Like, and that's why. I've thought about working with a lot of people. Like me and Gage have talked. I've sent him a couple song titles actually that me and my
Yeah.
dad made up. Remember that night at Elites when he kept rattling off the song
yeah.
titles?
Oh yeah.
He was he would send them to me, and I'd start laughing, but some of them were actually pretty good. I think the one,
Where were you when I went home last night?
yeah, where were you when I
Okay.
wouldn't? That's that like, and he thinks of the craziest stuff in the world all the time, but like I was like, you should write your own song, Dad. He goes, I can only come up with the titles, So, but
I've been trying to play with that idea for years. I mean, it's been years, I guess, for years now, and I can't figure nothing out for it.
oh yeah, because now it's been what 3 years now.
Probably.
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. Oh boy.
So, Wyatt, how'd you get your start in music?
Um,
Give you a chance to get some mic time over there.
well,
Yeah, dude, you've been quiet.
Man of very few words. Go get a couple beers and look out. So, I started playing fiddle, violin. I was like 9 years old. There was this strings program in school, and at the time, I had some buddies that were wanting to do it. It's like, this might be something cool. Well, it turns out over probably 2 years, I was the only one left because I was really started to like it. Mm-hmm. I was never really into the classical stuff, So I was 9
Yeah.
years old. I'm wanting to play Charlie Daniels and that kind of stuff. And then I would say the first time I started playing in public, I was around 12. And then it just kind of took over from there. Started playing gigs and stuff, and just fell in love with it and picked up, the banjo, guitar, and mandolin, whatever else.
Versatility.
Yeah, most versatile man in music right here.
Just fell in love with it, just clicked to me.
That's awesome. I think it was our first show with Blackhawk. Blackhawk. Crazy Horse.
You and I?
Yeah.
No,
Or did we play with?
us three. You mean Gage played?
We
played
did play.
a birthday
We
party.
yeah,
think.
yeah.
And
Then we
then-
play a trio, maybe the Woods Theater or something like that too. One time.
No, I don't think so.
It's hard for me to say because I got the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah, it's all.
I think it was just us three, and then
Okay.
you filled in with Crazy Horse
Okay,
that time.
I gotcha.
Fairgrounds.
that was a fun gig.
Oh yeah.
That was my wife's first steak fry. She's never seen one before.
Really?
Yeah, she's from Columbus. She's like, people bring their own utensils and seasonings, and they just hand you the steak. You need your own plate. I'm like, oh yeah. Today's podcast is sponsored by Sage and Soul Decor Rental. If you are planning an event in the Ohio Valley, such as a wedding, a shower, anniversary, you name it, Sage and Soul can help you out with it. They have multiple collections to pick and choose from. You can make the perfect package for your event, and it'll be at the fraction of the cost if you would buy these decorations. If you ever had to buy decorations for a wedding, then turn around and have to resell them, then you're familiar with the stress they are saving the Ohio Valley. Check them out today. You can view their inventory online. You can schedule an appointment to check out the collections in person. That's Sage and Soul Decor Rental. Today's other local sponsor is Vargo's Cargo Moving Services. If you're planning a move in the near future, maybe you're relocating inside the valley, maybe you'll be moving into your first college dorm this fall, you might be listening to this podcast in California thinking, I need to get back to that simple cold cheese on pizza lifestyle. Give Vargo's Cargo a look into because he's been saving people in this valley hundreds, even thousands in moving costs. GJV.
Wait, okay.
That's a little
I'll
tongue
edit that
twister.
out. All right, GJB, what we got coming up?
Well, I mean,
Full band and acoustic.
full band and acoustic. So, acoustically speaking, the 11th of August, we're at the Prima Marina. That's me and Wyatt, I do believe. Unless I can finagle our way to get it to be a band, because if I can, I will. And then the 26th
I'll play
of
cramped.
August. Well, that's what it turns into.
Yeah.
Right.
The 26th of August is Jen's, which is acoustic no matter what we do. Other than that, we got stuff really out of the area. I think the 17th of September, is it? I don't think you're on that gig.
I'm on that gig. Sadly,
It's,
due date September 14th. I don't think I'll be ready.
Yeah,
All
three
right, there
days
you
after
go.
that.
There you go.
Number 2 for you, huh?
Number 2.
Number 2.
All right.
But the 17th of September is the Bavarian Oktoberfest in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. It was a big draw last year. Probably like close to 1,000 people went in and out. They asked for the band this year. So we're going to be up there. Of course, unfortunately, Razor's not on that gig. And then after that, I think every year Ogilvy Fest's hands down best show every single year.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you
There's
can't,
no
I mean,
beating
what? I mean,
1,200 people.
1,200
You
people.
can't beat that.
Plus every
Yeah.
single year. I mean, it gets crazy. So
I went up on stage last year at the Oktoberfest, and I was dropping F-bombs in front of like 1,300 people. So that was fun. Remember that?
As the commissioner.
I was like, man, somebody sent me the video the next day, actually, and I was like, I'm so glad none of my family members was there because I mean, oh my, I was laughing so hard about that. Yeah, that was a big crowd, man.
it was. And you know what sucked is I lost my voice right at the end of the show.
Yeah, I remember.
I was
that.
singing. I don't know what song I was singing. I started singing, blah, 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 gone.
It was right at the very end.
And I was like, what am I going to do? We got 3-4 songs left. We got to finish the show.
Right.
My voice is dead. My mom hands me a black Yeti full of some random liquid. And I downed that thing. And it worked. It worked perfectly.
That gig too. It's like you get half a song in, and the crowd's right at the stage. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
take. It doesn't take long at all.
Those girls up front spilling beer on the speakers.
They were spinning on the snake too, where everybody
Yeah.
has the inputs for their instruments. They were spilling it all over. I looked at Michael Graham. I'm like, hey, you might need like a salad bar like shield or something.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
I was talking to Razor about that before we started the podcast. And I was like, why don't we put... I'd have to have somebody come help us, but why don't we put drum risers out in front of the stage so we can do that thing that we did at the Marshall County Fair and Lazy Acres? You got that, I call them a glamour stage, but it really does add a lot for the crowd. The crowd enjoys stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that, but at the same time, like, and it would also actually kind of keep people away from our pedal boards
Right.
that we don't want beer
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
you know?
It's happened to me too many times.
Yeah,
It's too expensive.
yeah, it just, it'll ruin it. And
Yeah.
you got a lot of money in that.
You got a lady's number last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I
From the
did. There
stage?
was this girl.
Easier to get little slips of paper with numbers on them from
Well, she
little
said
riser sticking out.
it was a real slow point of the show, and there was a little bit of dead air. And she said, "Hand me your phone." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Hand me your phone." She put in her number with her name, said from Ogilvy Fest. I texted her the next day. I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
The lavish lifestyle of Gage Joseph, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it don't get crazy unless we're in Marshall County and I start running down the road.
Dude,
I have video footage of that.
Yeah, everybody I think does.
I was so mad. I was out of town that weekend, and I was like, "How am I out of town when you pulled the biggest Nick Ebert move ever?" Like that was what I would do every weekend when I was young.
I might have egged that on a little bit.
Well,
I think Tim McCormick said he was driving down the street. He was like,
there's this idiot running down the road.
And he's like, "Who in the hell is this?" And he goes and looks, and I posted a video, and he's like, "I'll be damned." I said, "What are the odds?"
All right, so what new artists you guys listening to in the country genre?
I think I don't know if he counts as new. He's been around for a little while, not too long, but I think the most underrated voice in country music right now is Cameron Marlowe. He just released a song, "Ain't Enough Whiskey," I think it's called, or I don't know. Hold on, I just pulled it up to make sure I was correct.
I can't lie, to tell you the truth. Is that what it's called?
No, I think it's "There Ain't Enough Whiskey." It is "Ain't Enough Whiskey." That is one of the best country songs I've heard in a really long time. It has a lot of blues influence, and I like blues music myself, so I guess I probably gravitate towards it. But if you listen to the vocals in that song and the guitar playing, it's great. Everything about it's great.
Yeah, Cameron Marlowe's who I've been listening to a lot. Kojo, I've been listening to him I've been listening to Cody Johnson since probably about 6 or 7 years ago. I found him randomly on Spotify.
Yeah, I like the songs that we do by him.
Yeah.
They're all great
Yeah.
songs. They're all great songs.
Cody Johnson's, I would say, hands down, probably my favorite new artist
Really?
out there. Just the way he does his songs, the genre, you know, because he's more traditional country.
Yeah.
I went to his concert in Youngstown this last year. It's great. Best concert ever. Him and Luke Combs. I like a lot of Luke Combs.
Yeah, Combs is the man.
Combs, yeah.
Yeah, I like a lot of his stuff.
You guys listen to Jelly Roll?
the 3 songs he's got on the radio that Need a Favor, I love that song. I love that song for some reason. I think what I like about it is the transition that he has in the song. Like, it's like every verse, it sounds like he's got like a different transition into it. And it's like his vocally, I think he's good. I mean, I don't see where he even I mean, he was kind of like how I want to be now. He was a rapper before, and now he's a country singer, and he's really
Face
good.
tattoos.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Yeah,
It's a
you,
face
you
tattoo.
need to get a teardrop.
Yeah, I need to get a teardrop, get a cross on my head and stuff. Yeah. Grow my hair out.
I don't mind Jelly Roll. He's not my favorite artist, but I can listen to him. You know?
Yeah.
The only reason, not saying anything, but the only reason I ever heard of him pop up was when he got real big off of Son of a Sinner, of course.
Yeah.
And then everybody started asking me to play that song out, and I was like, I will. So then I found some of his stuff, and in that song, Need a Favor pops up on the radio every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I listen to it. It's pretty good.
His music and like his chord progressions remind me a lot of Everlast from the '90s. A lot of minor chords into minor chords.
He's got like a alternative country feel. It definitely, I would say.
So at the 2x4s, the live karaoke, everybody has been requesting something in the orange. What do you guys think of Zach Bryan? I'm telling you, it's like almost every show now. Somebody comes up and you're thinking, are they going to whisper their way through the song, or are they going to actually like project?
I honestly think he brought a little bit of a new sound into country music, because I didn't hear stuff like he was doing until he started doing it.
Yeah,
he just does that just acoustic and very little anything in just a voice, and he really made that popular. So, and I like it. It sounds great. So,
I do. Same with Jelly Roll. He's not my favorite artist, but he's got a lot of songs that I can listen to.
Yeah.
Like Something in the Orange is probably his best song.
Yeah.
Is it? That's the one. That's the one
so.
we just always have keep coming up.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me like a new Dylan, kind of like a new Bob Dylan. Better voice than Bob Dylan, but he's like got acoustic.
Yeah.
He'll probably go electric here whenever
his live shows, they do that a lot.
Do that.
He just got over TikTok. His guitar player was just blowing up. Everybody was going nuts over his guitar player or something.
I'll have to watch that then.
So, yeah.
All right. So, got anything else we want to plug?
I'm working on a new single right now in Morgantown. I'm trying to get away from the sound that was Girls Are. I mean, I like the song objectively speaking because I was a part of the making process of it, but I'm very, you can ask my parents, I critique myself like crazy. I'm always thinking of ways I can do something better. So I thought that Girls Are was very poppy, and I have trouble calling it country music, and it really is very poppy. It has a lot of those cliche lyrics. So I don't know.
It feels poppy to play it.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. And I don't know. It's Party in the Headlights, which I played that one night at the Central Grill. I said, I'm going to play a song you've never heard it before. Yeah. And I think it sounds a lot more closer to the country I like to hear. Maybe that early 2000s, maybe verging into mid 2000s type of style, which is the country I really like. It's the country I kind of grew up on. But it's going to be called Party in the Headlights. We're working on it. Hopefully get it out before Oktoberfest this year. So late summer, early fall.
Oh, yeah. Good time to be in the Valley with new music.
Right.
Gage new music. Nick, it's new music. Check it out. It's, where's it available at?
It is just exclusively on SoundCloud right now because I couldn't get the copyrights to it. So I'm just going to put it on. Everything will be on SoundCloud. And actually, I'm going to go in the studios myself here when John gets back. We're going to do Folsom Prison Blues. So
nice.
I figure I'll let everybody know now. Folsom Prison should be out probably a month from now or so.
And there's no rap songs that we can find.
No rap songs. No. I mean, I might surprise you.
Well, I don't find some old emails.
I'll get them.
Wyatt will get them, yeah. He'll get the files.
I'll find a way.
And then also, one more thing, too. The Ebert Brothers, we are back for our fall season. So this will be season 55, fall season. And we are coming back, I think, in September. And I got to get a hold of my Uncle Ray and our fiddler back over here. He'll be back. And we're excited. We're excited. It's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah. All right, there's one question I wanted to ask you guys. Real big on the news now. We've heard the story. And coming from fellow musicians' perspective, what do you think on this whole Miranda Lambert situation? And for those like not in the know, she embarrassed or yelled at people taking pictures in the front row during a song.
Right.
The basics of it.
I think it was a little unnecessary.
For her to do that or the
Yeah.
picture, yeah.
It's not like the girls were causing a big scene or fighting. They paid high dollar. I don't know what they paid for a ticket. I'm sure hundreds of dollars to go watch her.
You do what you want to.
Yeah, they have a right if they want to take pictures.
Everybody's got a cell phone now,
Yeah,
and everybody takes many pictures.
everyone probably 80% of the crowd had their phones out taking pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me that kind of that might have ruined her.
Yeah. I see, if somebody's paying that much money, man, who cares if they're taking pictures? Like, me personally, like, it's just kind of, it goes back to the South Dean thing, man. I think everybody's trying to get attention right now because we just had a coronavirus thing, 2 or 3 years ago. And now all these artists are going back on tour. They're wanting to charge thousands and thousands of dollars for tickets. That's why I think Taylor Swift, how much she's charging for tickets, I think it's just asinine. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. I mean, it's just like,
Oh yeah. I mean, Jordan, who was on the podcast before, said he bought tickets for him and his girl, and it was like I think a couple grand or at least.
gee, Lord, I would
Just
never
bought
pay
a new
much.
guitar, man.
Yeah.
She interrupted her song in the middle of it. I'm thinking these people, the people in the crowd, they don't care,
Yeah.
that these girls are taking selfies. Sing your song, Then she had to interrupt her concert to do
The only
that.
time I've ever seen people interrupt the concert is when the fight's happening and they're trying to stop the fight.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
very, that's something you should do.
But to
Not
say
a
somebody's I love when I'm up there singing and somebody's taking pictures because I did it at Lazy Acres. If they're taking a video when I'm singing, I'll play around with it. I'll have fun with it.
Right.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And then they look on their phone and like, oh, that was the Gage Joseph band. I want to go see him next time they're around.
Right.
And then boom, more people are coming.
I mean, if Miranda really had a problem with it though, too, like they were close enough where she could have said it off the mic.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
hey guys, do you mind? Because I did see the video from a different perspective. It wasn't a good look either on the people getting a picture because, like, they did stand up like on like it looked like a little riser or something where they were sitting, and they all stood up. I guess it was an influencer, and they had like maybe like 6 people with them, and they were blocking the few fans and stuff. They were taking a long time, but if that was the case and she was really bothered, she could have just even given a look or like, "Hey guys, we're
Right,
doing
not
this
stop the concert.
slow song."
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because it wasn't an issue until you get on the mic and then make it an issue for everybody.
Right.
It kind of just reminds me of like that situation there. Kind of reminds me of like how Axl Rose used to act. I don't know if you ever seen videos.
Oh yeah,
He would legit jump off the stage and punch you in the mouth if you made him mad. He was a crazy ass. And I was like, there was one video I saw on YouTube. He was like, "Say that again, MFer." And the guy said it, and he jumped off the stage, and all you see is Axl Rose, Superman, this guy. And I was like, damn. And he's a little guy. He's not
Yeah.
a very big guy, but he is now. But back then he wasn't. But yeah, I was like, when I seen that, I was like, you're just trying to get attention. Like, your music career's falling off now. You're not as big as you used to be when Gunpowder and Lead came out. So that's what you just said earlier.
Yeah, I seen a lot of posts. People were like, now I see why Blake left.
Now we see. Plus, Gwen's hotter, man. Like, I'm sorry, but I think Miranda Lambert's good looking, but Gwen's hotter, man. Like, she is. She's 52 years old and she still looks good.
I see. Like when I seen her, I thought maybe every bit of like maybe 30, 35. I didn't
Yeah.
think she's 50 years old.
No, she's older than Blake,
Yeah.
and Blake looks like he's in his mid 50s, late 60s,
Yeah.
or early 60s. I was like, man,
All
Wyatt,
that drinking bone.
Wyatt and I will not answer this for obvious reasons. What female country music artist would you wife up if you had the opportunity right now?
oh my god, right now.
We'll stay anonymous, buddy.
Either Megan Maroney, is that her name?
I think the one with
Maroney,
the Wallen
Maroney.
incident.
What was it?
Megan Maroney and Morgan Wallen used to be a thing, right?
That might, yeah.
Because I think she sings a song about that.
Yeah, and then I think Lainey Wilson's got a nice butt, but she really doesn't have that pretty of a face. Like everybody's been talking about how good looking she is. I'm like,
Hot take.
look, you got a big donk. There's no doubt, but you really ain't got that nice. of a face.
you're marketing a song off of it too.
Yeah. And I would probably say her or Lauren Elena's pretty hot too. I think she's
Is she the one that did the song with her? Who's the one that did that song with Lainey Wilson?
that was
Okay.
that was Lauren Elena. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, probably be one of those two. Because Carrie's just getting older now, man. And my girl Shania, I love her forever, but she's getting too old for me too. Like, I want to keep somebody within my age range and still looks good, you know. But yeah, Shania's falling off a little bit. What about you, Gage?
I don't know. I mean, the stereotypical thing is to say Lainey Wilson, of course. And I was thinking about Maroney before you even said it.
Yeah.
So you stole my thunder on that one.
Okay, we can see who she likes more. How about that? You go out
Yeah, we'll
first.
just wait. So
Yeah.
if you're listening out there, hi, my name's
What's
Gage.
that show on MTV next?
Hi, my name's Nick Ebert. I like Bush Light, long walks on the beach,
Hey, this bush light's a red flag. I'm just saying.
John Wayne movies.
Yang-a-lang's where it's at.
Yeah, you're right.